Hey everyone, Yoel here for Hebrew in Israel. It's been a while since I made a video, so first of all, quick update. I am doing much better. I have very few coronavirus after effects. Takes a while to recover completely. And diabetes pretty much under control. So thank you everyone for praying. I do appreciate it. And I will say that it is something to learn to live with, and hopefully I'll figure it out. To the guy who said to me he hopes I get worse, yeah, dude, get a life. Someone actually wrote that to me. It was disgusting. Who cares? I get asked this really interesting question about men with long hair. As you can see, I have some long strands of hair in my head. Not super long, but kind of long. I've been growing out the top of my head for a while now, to stylize it a little bit. And I've been asked this many, many, many times about men with long hair. Does the Bible, does the Torah allow men with long hair? And I find this question really strange because it really stems more from a cultural issue and maybe some things told in different places, religious places mostly, than actual facts. Truth of the matter is, people in ancient Israel wore their hair long. This is just fact. We have paintings, wall reliefs, and so on. Also, there's no prohibition in the Torah to have your hair long. More than that, we actually find in the book of Yechezkel in chapter 44, verse, good question, 20-something maybe? I don't remember exactly. Where it says that the priests won't grow their hair wild and won't trim it really short. It says, which probably means that they will have their hair probably down to around here, but organized. So when people ask me about this question of can a man grow his hair long, the answer is most definitely. The fact that we have our hair short today is mostly a result of a cultural change that happened in all the different countries, especially Europe, where people stopped wearing their hair long. People used to wear their hair long in Europe. We even have paintings of Jews who had long hair in Europe, and there were rabbis who had long hair well into the 1800s. The long side locks, for example, are just a result of a change in hairstyle where people used to have long hair, so the sides of the hair was long. And then they started trimming the center of their hair, but leaving the side locks because Judaism interprets that this is forbidden to trim short or to shave. So they left the side locks long. In any case, there really is no information prohibiting men from having long hair. There are certain hairstyles which are forbidden, like, for example, shaving the side of your head, rounding up the side of the head, what's called nikifa. Lo takifu pa'at Hashem, it's in Leviticus 19. But really, other than that, there is no actual prohibition of men having long hair, short hair, even bald heads. I don't think bald heads are actually a problem. It's more about a hairstyle. I would say some of the hairstyles today are ridiculous, and I've seen people wear their hair really weird. Another question that comes up is, are women allowed to have really, really short hair? And it's, again, a cultural thing. If you live in a culture where women have short hair, then it's fine. If women don't have short hair, then it's a question. I remember once seeing a young lady who trimmed her hair really, really short, like I used to for many, many years, and she was confused to being a boy. And that raised the question, is that a woman wearing something a man wears? Same thing, by the way, with long hair. When the hair really becomes really, really long and flowing, it does raise the question of, is this becoming more feminine, the hairs? That's a really good question. So when I looked at images of men in ancient Israel, they usually had their hair like down to here or down to the nape of their neck or something like that. And women usually had longer flowing hair. So it's about culture. It's more cultural. It's more about what men usually do and don't do, what women usually do and don't do. And there's even an answer from Rav Hai Gaon in the 10th century where he says it really depends on the local culture. They ask him about removal of body hair. So it's usually something that was considered something women would do. And he was asked, are men allowed to remove the hair on their body? And he said, it depends on what you do and where you live. So it's always about culture. You just have to look at what your culture is doing and based on that, make decisions. Right now, long hair is coming back. I remember back in the 70s, people wore big puffy hair. In the 80s, men started growing long hair out. 90s, beginning of 90s, and it kind of vanished. And now long hair apparently is coming back. Even though here in Israel, most men prefer to wear the top a little long, the back a little short. So it really depends on what your culture is and where you live. Those are my thoughts on the subject, and I hope to be more regular on these videos. In any case, if you want to read my articles or listen to podcasts, you can go to HebrewInIsrael.net. And if what I do interests you and you want to help to get research material, but really, in truth, it's just more about just putting information out. But if you do want to help, you can go to HebrewInIsrael.net, go to donation. But it's really not the main point. The main point is to teach. In any case, thank you for tuning in again. And as I always say, do what's right in the eyes of the Torah, do what's right in the eyes of the Lord. And I'll be back soon. Kol Tov.